And we are live. What is up, everybody? It is your girl, Nia, the video game her, and we are on another episode of Team Red Talks Nintendo. And in fact, we're on episode 40. Can you believe it? We're on episode 40 of Team Red Talks Nintendo. Crazy, right? So first, I'm gonna go ahead and let my co-host introduce himself. Alex, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people know where they can find you, what you've been gaming on, and things like that.
Alright, what's going on, everyone? Active Sin here, and we're back for episode 40, apparently, of Team Red Talks Nintendo. What have I been playing? I've been playing some Quantum Break. I got this game called Implosion on the Switch. Game's pretty good. That's about it, really, just those two games.
Okay, so we also have a guest here. Shout outs to the homie Dark. At this point, Darkstar's not even really a guest anymore. He's right at home here on Team Red. Homie is right at home. So, Mr. Darkstar, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are, where they can find you, what you've been gaming on.
What's going on, guys? Mr. Darkstar, the dankest of stars, here yet again, back again, once again. Here to talk about that great Nintendo. Yeah. I've been playing the Implosion, dog. Yo, Listen, man, Implosion's the truth. All right, a lot of people like to. I told so many people at work about this game, and they're like, "Oh, it's a mobile game. I don't know, Quentin. Like, it's gonna be garbage." And then they actually played it. They're like, "Yo, this game is legit. This is so dope. Thank you. I'm like, I got you. So this game is the truth. If you haven't downloaded it by now, check it out. It's been rising super fast on the eShop, by the way.
Which is crazy.
That's
Which is
good.
Crazy.
It's a good game. I played like
yeah.
maybe 6 or 7 levels so far. It's pretty good.
Yeah, like I didn't even know that game existed until last week when you told us about it, Darkstar. So I went onto the eShop and I checked it out for myself, and it's like it's a good affordable price. It's only like $11.99.
Yeah.
So, I was like, okay, let's check this out. So I played it a little bit on my channel, and at first I was like, I don't know. Like the chapter 1 kind of starts a little slow.
Yeah.
But then, then after chapter 1, you're like, yo, okay, like now it's really starting to pick up. So I've been thoroughly enjoying Implosion. I'm glad that I had a chance to pick it up. If you are on the fence about the game, I would say just give it a chance, man. Like it can't hurt. It's only $12. It's a nice little pick up and play game to play on the Switch. It's interesting because it's kind of like a different type of game to play at the moment. Y'all know, like the Switch right now, it doesn't really have too many games, but Implosion I think is a good change of pace. So I'm glad I scooped it. I've been going hard and trying to figure out like the upgrade system. It actually has a pretty like in-depth like upgrade system in the way that you like configure like your suit. Basically, like your character is in a suit, very similar to kind of how you were in Xenoblade Chronicles X, where it's not really you in the suit. It's like your consciousness in this suit. So I thought that was a pretty interesting little twist. So let's go ahead and get into these topics. So as you guys know, last week we had a very special Splatoon focused direct, and lots of interesting things came out of that direct. So let's go ahead and kind of talk about what was discussed. So they showed us some things in Inkopolis, like little hub. They showed us some new store clerks. The only store clerk that we know from the first Splatoon is Sheldon, who's the cute little crab guy with the big bifocals. He still talks a lot.
It's my boy right there.
He still talks a lot, but now you can fast forward his speech.
You can finally skip past him now.
Yes. Yeah. I hope that's the case for pretty much everybody and not just him, because sometimes I just want to go in and get something from the store and get out.
Yeah.
So they showed also some new weapons like the Clash Blaster, the Flingza Roller. Like rollers needed to be even more OP, right?
Can't wait for that.
No, you the kind of player that I don't like playing with. This dude gonna have a Flingza Roller.
Oh man, that looks so good.
That new roller's outrageous.
I can't wait. I'm a fast everybody's time.
As if rollers needed to be even more OP.
And they showed another pair of dualies, which
yes,
looked better,
so
and
dope, so dope.
A better sniper rifle too.
Yeah, the goo tube is the sniper rifle.
Which can like do even more damage.
And they show some new sub weapons as well, some new specials, and I'm really digging the new specials, especially the baller. Like the one where you can be in a little hamster ball and you can even climb up walls, and when you hit somebody, you can just explode. I love that. Like that looks like so much fun. The new
specials are like way more creative than the original Splatoon specials.
I love them. I love all of them, especially the ones that we got to play in the last little Test Punch, like the Tenta missiles and all of them. Like, love those. So as far as the game modes are concerned, we're still, of course, going to have Turf War. Unfortunately, which was kind of a downer for me, we're still getting the same battle mode. So we're still going to be getting Splat Zone, Tower Control, and Rainmaker. And while I did enjoy those modes, I was kind of hoping that we would get some more. I'm hoping that maybe we get some more in DLC. But I wasn't too happy about that. They also showed more gear.
The modes?
Like, the modes are still the same. So you're still getting Splat Zone, Tower Control, Rainmaker. So there's no new modes, which I was kind of bummed about. But, I mean, I like Splat Zone and Tower Control. So it's
look at it this way. It took Splatoon 1 a year to get all 3 of those modes. You know? But this one's launching with it, so that's cool. That's true. Like, you know they're going to add more stuff later.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Hopefully they do add more stuff later. So of course they told us that we're going to be getting more free DLC for at least a year. Or did they say 2 years? I don't remember.
I think almost 2 years.
I think they did say 2 years, so that's to look forward to. We're also going to be getting more Splatfest, thank goodness. I love Splatfest.
Splatfest are cool. The first one
is this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, so who y'all got?
I'll strike any man down who chooses cake over ice cream.
From now on, my guy.
So we on the same page then. We on the same page. Team Ice Cream all day.
That's right.
Team Ice Cream all day. Come for us. And you already know that the Splatfest is going to be hella imbalanced. Who chooses cake over ice cream?
Ain't nobody choose cake over ice cream.
Even when you have like ice cream cake, the ice cream is the better part of the ice cream cake. It's
exactly.
Yeah.
What's in the name?
Base video said
cake was hurting so bad that they had to use ice cream to make a better cake.
Exactly. Ice cream.
And you know why we choose ice cream? Because we are all stone cold over here.
Oh, nice one, Alex. This boy said we stone cold over here. So that's I'm pretty excited already. Like out the gate, like, and I was telling Alex about this sometime earlier today. Like I was pretty like pumped for Splatoon 1 because it was a new IP. You didn't really know what to expect. But there's something about Splatoon 2 that's just so exciting. I don't know exactly what, I can't pinpoint it.
You mean that they're actually putting effort this time?
Maybe that's it, because it actually feels like they're putting a little bit more effort in this one. It's coming with a lot more content than Splatoon 1 came with. You got some interesting new characters like Pearl and Marina, who I love.
You love Pearl?
I love them both. I love them both.
Thug, man.
Pearl is a G. Like, here's one thing that people keep forgetting about Pearl, okay? Like, Pearl, she might not be as cute and sexy flexy as Marina, but she got bars, she got swag. Like, the way she works the stage, she is dope, bruh.
You know during that rap, she was talking mad
You know
shit
she
about
was...
You
know she was talking spit in that rap, yo. She got bars.
Pearl is fire. But, like, obviously, Marina is the better one, but people are hating way too much.
Yeah, people are hating way. Like Marina is definitely waifu status. I can't take that away from her. But I like the sassiness of Pearl. Like her sassiness is her character and the way that she is. Like I like that. You know, like how people like Callie, how she kind of had like that little kind of like spicy personality. It's kind of like Pearl is like that, but except she's more swaggy with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's got a little bit more thuggery. You know what I'm saying? She's a G. I love that about Pearl. She is okay. I want y'all to go look at the video. Their music video. Look at how Pearl was working that stage and how she had the MC hands. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she rap with her hands, bruh. She dope.
If you want an easy analogy, Eminem is the rap god. And Pearl is the rap goddess.
There you go.
That's what. All right, I got a problem with this comparison.
And you know what? You're gonna hate my comparison even more because I was on Twitter and I was comparing them to like the Inkopolis version of TLC. Marina is chilly. Pearl is like T-Boz mixed with Left Eye. She got the swag. Marina is the one with the vocals. She the sexy flexy one. You know what I'm saying? Like they got it going. I like them. I like them as a pair. I'm sorry. People hating on Pearl, but I love them both as a pair. They're great together. In fact, I like them more than the Squid Sisters.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I'm not even gonna stunt.
Even their catchphrase is better.
Yeah, don't get cooked, stay off the hook. I was like, what, bitch? Y'all better
That's
work.
way better than stay fresh.
I freaking love them. I'm sorry. They have so much swag. Like, I love
Their
that.
little intro video was awesome.
I love that. People gotta stop hating on Pearl, man. She plays her part well. She does her thing.
She does drugs, dude. It's all good though.
She does drugs.
The only reason why people hate on the homie Pearl is because she ain't pretty, but she got swag, so that's all that matters.
Little midget, dog. Like
people hate on her because she's ugly.
Yeah, like everybody ain't gotta be pretty, bro. Sometimes your personality matters, and she got mad personality. So let's go ahead and move on, because we could probably talk about Marina and Pearl all day, because there's some refreshing new characters to me. So one of the most
before we move on, can we all just agree that someone at Nintendo has jungle fever, and I love
somebody at Nintendo got that brown sugar on the brain. Like somebody at Nintendo.
I'm pretty sure Iwata is married to a black woman. I'm not Iwata, I mean Kimishima.
Kimishima, he got a whiff of that brown sugar and was like, whoop!
Yep. He is all about that life. You know it.
It's so funny, man. It's so funny.
I appreciate that.
I love it. Like we got some dope like brown girls coming through. Like so much.
There's
so
one
much.
in Pokemon.
Yeah.
We have Twintel, obviously.
Freaking Urbosa.
Urbosa.
I love it. I love it.
Urbosa's a fucking beast.
She is a beast. I love her so much. Like I love how she's like that big sister like figure for Zelda. I love that so much. But
and then Marina's like a little sister.
Yeah, I love them. I love them so much. But let's go ahead and delve into the next bit of information. So some really big information that came out is a lot of us have been kind of wondering when Nintendo was gonna start talking about the whole what do you call it? The limited app. Yeah, the limited online app. So we know that when it comes out,
they're gonna talk about that app.
They kind of they breezed over it. They didn't go in detail like they probably would have had people probably loved it. Like they kind of like, oh yeah, by the way, it's coming out the same day. Moving on.
Well, I guess the reasoning is that headset is not from them.
That's true. That's true.
So they can't only show one third-party headset because that's unfair.
Yeah,
they have to show
that's
all
unfair.
of them.
I mean, I agree with that. That makes sense. But at the same time, I think it's interesting that they actually are going to be releasing it with the game. Like I said, it makes sense at the same time.
Well, yeah, because that game needs voice chat.
Yeah. So the details of this app is it's going to be limited, like how they mentioned before. It's going to be a limited app, and so far from what they told us, it's going to have a lobby system. So if you decide that you want to use this app for voice chat with the game, you can pair up with, I guess it's about 8 people. From what the video showed, it was about 8 people. And then whenever you guys actually go into a game, it separates your team from the other team so that you can kind of talk amongst yourselves with your team. Even though I'm personally not a fan of the whole chat app idea on your phone, I do like the fact that you can kind of have a little bit of a strategy element when you're split up between the two groups. So like you're not like in Discord, for example, and like you have a risk of somebody coming into your room and hearing what your next play is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of have like that opportunity to kind of sit with your team and meet with your team and communicate with your team. So I thought that was pretty cool. Some other functionalities of the SplatNet part, aside from the whole Nintendo Online app, is that you can pretty much interact with your game from the phone. So like say you can like look at your stats from the app. You can see which of your friends are in game. You can even go as far as to like order gear from the app itself that will materialize itself in the game whenever you hop back on the game. So there's a lot of really cool, interesting functionalities that's going to be a part of this app, and we will be able to see once and for all if this is going to be a good solution that they are having us use. So we get to see once and for all for ourselves, even though it's a limited app, kind of a little bit of what to expect for the official release when it is the full version. So now we're gonna go ahead and switch over to some newsy things. So unbeknownst to anybody, a very random news piece.
I just want to say before we move on, I think the app is actually quite cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. go ahead and talk about it. I didn't know if that was a newsy piece. If y'all want to talk about it, y'all talk about it if you want to.
Like the way they showed it off was good. I think the layout is nice and easy. I like that you can interact with the game away from home, I suppose. Like you can do stuff on the phone and have it ready for when you get home.
Right.
I think that's really cool. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to set up lobbies at work so that it's ready to go when I'm back. I think that's really cool, and you can buy your costumes and whatnot. That stuff is really neat. I think that makes a lot of sense. It's gonna suck for people who don't have a cell phone. I don't know what you're gonna do.
I wish that they could do it on the browser too, like people who don't have a phone.
Like, I think when the Switch gets a browser, there must be a way to connect to it that way. But like the phone is here to stay. People like the app. It is what it is. Like at least it actually looks functional and it looks easy to use. And it turned out better than I thought it was going to. So that's cool.
Even though
I wasn't really against the app in the first place, but I think it looked good.
Even though I'm personally not crazy about using an app for voice chat, I can give them credit for trying to make something, like Alex said, that looks functional, that at least looks together. I hope they come out with a version that actually works on the system itself, because that would also be cool. But from what I've seen, it looks okay. So I'm gonna give it a chance. But y'all already know me. If you watch my channel, if it ain't right, I'm gonna let you know. But so let's go ahead. Oh, Darkstar, do you want to talk about the app before we move on, brother?
Yeah, it looks good. You know, like Alex said, being able to buy your stuff on the go and like have it there at home while you're, you know, finally at home. It's nice to have that little interaction between it, so you don't have to like buy a wall layer and you're hooked up to your TV and stuff. So that kind of stuff is really interesting to have on the app. I guess that's kind of what DNA was working on. I guess maybe, like, I suppose. So.
It's likely what they've been working on, because you know they're well versed in the cell phone things and getting things working together for cell phones. So 9 times out of 10, this is what they've been working on. So
it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
So next bit of news. Let's go ahead and talk about this new game, third-party multi-plat of all things, that was announced for the Switch yesterday. And I know that Alex was coming buckets when he saw this news at first on Twitter.
I had to get a whole new fucking wardrobe.
I was joking with him about that on his video. Somebody was like, "Really, Nia? Like, don't be a prude. Y'all know that's exactly what Alex did when he saw this news." So,
exactly.
So WWE 2K18 is confirmed to be the current gen port, not a last gen 360 PS3 port, and new features have also been detailed. So I'm gonna go down the line and read a little bit of an excerpt from the official press release, according to Nintendo enthusiasts. So on Twitter, the WWE 2K18 official page said that it's coming to the Nintendo Switch and it is not based on previous gen versions. Check out the blog for more details. And it goes on to say, get ready for 8-man matches, a new grapple carry system, new weight detection, thousands of new animations, and a massive backstage area. A brand new rendering engine also gives WWE 2K18 a visual overhaul and will bring the drama of WWE to life like never before. A new My Career experience puts you on the path to greatness as you journey along on the road to WrestleMania. Explore WWE like never before through free roaming backstage, conversing with WWE superstars, forming alliances, making enemies, seeking out quests, and strategizing for upcoming matches. Can your My Player make it to WWE Hall of Fame? Introducing an all-new Road to Glory. Compete with online opponents to improve your My Player by earning unlockables, boosts, and upgrades, all while securing your entry into special events that are held alongside real-life WWE special events, such as pay-per-views. Customize WWE like never before with an even deeper set of customization tools and the new custom match option. The robust creation suite also offers even more detailed features for a create a superstar, create a video, and create an arena. Dominate the ring with tons of your favorite WWE, NXT, and legendary superstars. WWE 2K18 offers the most complete roster of the biggest and brightest WWE and NXT superstars and legends to ever grace a WWE ring. So, pretty nifty stuff. The Switch version is going to be getting all of the content that the other versions are getting, and it's also getting the same versions, which of course is probably going to be downscaled to fit the portable nature of the Switch. But the fact that this is happening, like 2K is on a roll. They're doing this with WWE and with NBA 2K18. So you guys go ahead and give your thoughts. Let's start with Darkstar. How do you feel about this news, man?
I wasn't too surprised by it. I don't really care too much about wrestling, but I'm never gonna sit here and turn down a third-party game. I know there are a lot of wrestling fans out there, like Alex over here. I love that stuff. So I think it's really good for it's really good for people like you who actually follow the scene. Like I don't know who any of these guys are. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know anything about it, but definitely got a nice following. So the fact that this is like the same version, same day and date, it's the same version. Like y'all have no reason not to buy it. Y'all have no reason not to support it. The days of it's not the same content, it's not the same. That's over with this game. So as far as 2K goes, they're coming correct. They're coming with their best foot forward on the system. So hopefully we'll see some actual support from these Nintendo fans, man.
Yeah, we gonna see, man. But I think that's pretty awesome news. And since Alex, since you follow wrestling like mad heavy, like how do you feel about this, my guy?
I'm so happy. And they use Seth Rollins. You guys don't know who he is, but he's like the main guy of WWE right now, alongside John Cena. He's gonna be the future of WWE. So he's the one that he's actually on the cover of the game too. So it's really nice to see that they're bringing it to the Switch, and someone like Seth Rollins and Xavier Woods, who has a YouTube channel called like Up Up Down Down, where they're wrestlers that play video games and stuff. It's a really cool channel. They're promoting the game, so that's really exciting. Yeah. They're actually giving it a proper port. They're giving it a real chance, not like a EA with FIFA cutting out content. And it's coming day and day, so like there really is no reason to avoid this game. Like I know I say this a lot when it comes to the Switch when like Nintendo fans don't buy third-party games, but like they always have an excuse like, oh, it's missing content, oh, we got it late, oh, blah 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 blah. But like 2K is bringing out 2 games day and day with all the content. Those games better sell well.
Yeah.
Like end of story, because they're actually giving a real effort. They're not skimping out. They're not screwing anybody over. And they're giving you a quality game, 2 quality games, unlike EA, which EA cheaped out. EA gave us a last-gen engine, and they cut out a story mode.
Yeah. I hope it works out, man. I hope that it works out for them. I hope that people actually do go out and buy it. There's a lot of people who say that the whole portable aspect makes third-party games on the Switch more appealing than any other console.
Yeah, definitely. That's the one reason I'm getting it on the Switch over my PlayStation, because having the wrestling game on the go, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see like how many people actually go out and buy this for the Switch, considering the whole portable nature surrounded around the Switch, the fact that the Switch is a very exciting console at the moment. So yeah, I'm interested to see how it pans out. Good luck to 2K and Take-Two for taking a chance on the Switch. So now it's up to the fans to go ahead and do their part. If this is something that you're interested in,
game, I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm so done. When it comes to the 2K games, it's on the fan base at this point. Yeah. Nintendo's done their part. They've advertised the game. 2K's done their part. They're bringing out quality games. At this point, it's up to the fan base, and we'll see.
Yeah, they got to do it, man.
Is EA right? Should they be cautious and give us half-ass games, or is 2K right to do it properly?
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm excited to play this one. All the new modes, and they revamped the engine, and they revamped the grappling system. That's going to be really good. Hopefully, they got it right this time.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I hope that y'all wrestling fans out there, I hope that y'all get everything that y'all want in this game, man. That's exciting. So before we move on to our next newsy thing, I just want to take some time out to do some shout outs. We got 32 people watching right now. So shout outs to all 32 of you guys watching right now. Make sure you give this a like. Make sure you give this a share. Make sure you just get it out there, man. Get it out there that we're trying to do this podcast thing right now. And you know what I'm saying? We lit. So let's shout out, let's see, Cherryman Videos, Quake, SRK, EJ Johnston, Italki Teacher, Cloud9 Gaming. Thanks to all of you guys. Unforgiven is up in here. I saw Base Video up in here a little bit. Thanks to all of you guys for coming out and checking out the live stream. So we're gonna go ahead and continue with these topics. So the next topic of the day is NBA Playgrounds finally got that update we all been waiting on.
Ain't nobody care about that shit.
Nobody cares. Fuck that game.
It's too late. Nobody cares.
Oh my goodness. But a part of me is like, I don't even know if I should even be mad at these dudes, because according to them, like, the reason why it was late is because of how Nintendo, you know, does things on the shop. So you might not really complain them for this. So if it was Nintendo's fault, I mean, it just kind of is what it is.
It is what it is, but like at the same time, I'm not gonna be happy about this.
I mean, yeah, I understand that, but it's like if that's the case, it's not their fault. But for those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, let's go ahead and delve into this news topic. So, online play is now available thanks to NBA Playground's newest update, and this is from the developers. Many thanks for the continued support. We have the best players in the world, and we are privileged to serve you. Update 1.1.3 for the Nintendo Switch brings the heat. Online is here at last. Play online, compete in ranked matches for top spots in the leaderboard, and challenge your friends, enemies, and other players. Game on. With the new challenge feature.
Friend invites?
I don't know.
I heard that it didn't.
Then how are you supposed to play with your friends?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. But it says with the new challenge feature, you'll be able to directly challenge another player to a game on the playgrounds. All you have to do is agree on a code, open an online match, switch the challenges, and enter that code to face each other. So it looks like it's gonna have some online play.
So, you have to have your own specific friend code to enter the match.
Exactly.
No, it probably works the way that private matches in Splatoon does. If you want to lock your room, you just add a code and people can jump in your room.
Probably.
That's not unprecedented. People, like, a lot of games do that. But how do you guys feel about this news, man? Y'all care? Do y'all even have the game? I think Alex, you bought it, right?
I bought the game on day one.
So how have you been, like...
I don't play it.
So what did you do when the game came out? Did you just play it by yourself?
I played it for like one day, and I was like, oh, there's no online. And then I stopped playing, and now it's too late, and I don't care. I have other games.
Oh, snap. What about you, Darkstar? Did you even buy the game?
I was about to, and then I heard there was no online. Look, they said a few days, Neil. Like, yo, they said.
Yeah, they told us like 3 days.
We'll get this online.
It's been like 3 months. It's been 3 months. They said 3 days.
No, that's messed up.
I don't fucking care.
Okay,
like, they're giving us Shaq Fu. That's cool. I'll play Shaq Fu.
So you're never gonna play this game ever again now?
No, but Splatoon comes out in 2 weeks now.
Yeah, like Splatoon is out, and we have that's coming out very soon. What do I care about this game?
That's a good point. Now it's too late because now
it took too long.
Yeah, now we're starting to get into the bulk of the Nintendo.
Now we're getting into the real games.
So yeah, GG.
Because like, what do I need this for when I got Shaq Fu on the way? Come on.
Oh boy.
Y'all.
And I just get Shaq Fu for free because I bought this game.
Y'all are wilding out.
Yeah, at this point, I'd rather play the real basketball game, the big one.
No, 2K18.
Yeah.
All the features there day one.
Yeah,
exactly.
2K is coming out, man. A lot of people gonna be jumping on that if they want to play basketball.
Yeah, I feel like these guys, like, they kind of, well, at least they made up for it because you get a free game, so that's cool. Can't really be mad at them. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like whatever.
I hope that they come out with some other incentives as well. Like maybe they come out with like some really interesting like DLC or something for free to kind of get people interested again.
Yo, if they can throw Mario into this game, that'd be really cool.
That would be hilarious. Oh my god.
Actually, it should be Waluigi because he's tall.
I was gonna say, what if they add Lanky Mario from freaking Super Mario Maker?
Oh, that was creepy.
That Lanky Mario is so weird. Oh my god.
This game would be so much better if there were just Nintendo characters in this game. I feel.
Oh my god, y'all.
Would be so. I don't know why.
Y'all are wilding right now. I would love to see. I would actually like to see Waluigi though.
Waluigi would be hilarious.
That would be pretty dope, man.
Every time he dunks, I'm like,
that's hilarious, bro. All right,
that
so
would be priceless.
Next newsy topic, we're gonna be talking about some Dragon Ball. So Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 finally has an official date for the Nintendo Switch. It's gonna be coming September the 22nd in the West. It's gonna be releasing on September the 7th in Japan. I don't really. Okay, this is gonna be blasphemy for a lot of people. I don't really care about Dragon Ball like that, to be honest.
Calm down.
Like I haven't really cared about like Dragon Ball as like a universe since back in the day. Like after the Cell Saga, I stopped caring.
Whoa.
So
okay.
I'm just saying, like I just stopped caring after a point.
Whoa.
So
this game comes out the same day as Pokken Tournament.
Oh, GG's.
Exact same day.
It also comes out almost a year after it did on the other platforms. So who fucking cares?
Yeah, I don't think this game's gonna do all that great.
So y'all not hyped for this game at all on the Switch?
Listen, the game that I want, the Dragon Ball game that I
want the other one.
I want the other. Yeah, give me the other one, son. Give me the 2D one, please. The hand-drawn.
Yeah, that's
shit.
the one I want.
That's what I want.
I don't want this old ass game they're trying to push for $60. I can buy on a fucking PlayStation for $20. No,
but no, it's because of the DLC.
I don't care.
What could Bandai Namco do? What could Bandai Namco
not a
do
fucking year-old game? Shit.
What could they do to make you want this game? Because this is the one.
I think this game is $50 though. I read somewhere it's $49.99.
What do you do?
What is
that's still
like,
double?
What is gonna make y'all want this one though?
Well, obviously, Nia, the only thing that'll make me buy this is if they charge $60, let me tap my Mario amiibo and turn Goku red.
There you go.
That's the only way. It's the only way. I want Goku to have a red jumpsuit and a Mario hat, and I'll gladly pay $60, obviously, right? Because that's what we do for Skyrim, right?
Now you can turn can't you customize can't you make like customizable characters in this game too?
I think
somewhat, not too extensive.
It's like you could probably like change like your main character to like Twin Tail or something like that. I would get people play this thing. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. This game is coming, so
I just don't understand what took so damn long.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's really weird. Like
it's just a fighting game. Like, come on.
It's a
this should have been out by now.
Fighting game with RPG elements.
So is Pokken, and that's coming the same time. We had less notice for that one.
Oh man.
I don't know.
I'm not excited for this. I want the new one.
I'm trying to sell y'all on this game. It's not.
You're not doing a great job.
Because I don't know.
Have y'all seen it on Twitter? Like everyone's just like when they posted this, everyone's like, "So when are we gonna get Fighter Z, guys?" Like,
yeah, that's all everyone wants.
Like people want the new game. They don't want like anybody who wants this already had it.
Xenoverse 2 is not even a great game.
Really? Ooh, don't let Retro hear you say that.
Even he knows that has a lot of problems. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't see the point of buying this. You'd be better off buying ARMS.
Yeah.
Or just wait. Hopefully, wait for the new one. But even then, like the new one's not going to come day and day. They said so.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense because they're not even done the game yet.
Yeah.
So basically, what y'all telling me right now is that Xenoverse 2 on the Switch is looking like a bust.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, I might.
They're looking like a Krillin right now.
Oh,
out of their league. They're a damn Yamcha.
Damn, they Yamcha right now.
Only because Pokken comes up the same day. I don't know why they did that. That's a stupid idea. Right?
That's dumb.
But do you think that people would? I mean, both of them are old games. To be fair, both of them are old.
That's true.
Pokken died really early, but it's definitely going to do better than
It'll do better than this game, that's for sure.
Yeah, probably the whole Pokemon factor itself was kind of. I don't know. Dragon Ball is a big franchise too, though.
Let me check how much that game sells on the other consoles. Since it's been out for a year, and we can actually check.
If they come out with an announcement for Fighter Z, though, my boy, like
yeah, that's what I want.
That's gonna be high.
I want it to be day and day. I don't believe in this waiting nonsense.
Now, do you think that do you think that if
Xenoverse game sold like shit?
2, do you think that Xenoverse 2, if it doesn't sell on the Switch, do you think that's gonna ruin the chances of Fighter Z coming?
Nah, that's not what they said. That's not what they said, man. Listen. I got that tweet saved, my boy. They were like, "Oh, y'all niggas want this game? Show some support." There's too many damn tweets. Whenever that game gets talked about,
yeah, but let's be real. What they mean, show your support. They mean buy
money. They mean with money.
They don't mean tweets. Tweets don't make them money.
But
like, if we're looking at Xenoverse 2 here, Xbox One version sold 290,000 copies. PS4 version sold 1.1 million.
Wow,
that's
really low.
That's not.
Well, the PS4 version is not bad, but the Xbox version, like less than 300,000.
Yeah, that's
really bad.
I feel like the Switch version is probably gonna sell like a fraction of that.
You think so?
Probably like 50,000 at the most.
Oh my god.
I think by the time it comes out, the Switch install base is gonna be pretty big. So I think I might do a little bit better than that.
You think?
I think some of that fan base would double dip because they could play it
the
on
Dragon
the
Ball
go.
community is pretty strong, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I have no interest in this. I didn't really have interest at all. Period. Otherwise, I would have bought it by now.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
you don't matter because you didn't have interest either way.
Yeah.
But people like Retro, like he's like a Dragon Ball head.
He's double dipping. He said.
Yeah, he will double dip. So it just depends on the person, man. And
we'll see. Hopefully it does well enough to get the second one, but that is not one I will be supporting. No.
Yeah, considering that the Dragon Ball fan base is kind of like they're pretty like enthusiastic about anything Dragon Ball, so it's possible some people will double dip to get it on the Switch just for the portability nature. Yeah. Or just to revisit it, you know. Sometimes you buy games again, like just to revisit them. You know what I mean? Like that's why we have things like the Virtual Console and like. Why people buy remasters. It's just nice to like revisit a game that you played back in the day or something. Anyway, moving on. So the Nintendo Switch has been doing very, very well as far as marketing and just basically overall reception from not only, you know, the gaming populace, but just kind of like casual gamers as well. And the reason why is because, let me tell you, Nintendo spent more than any other gaming company on TV ads in June, which is crazy.
Wow. Would you look at the advertising?
Which
I bet you they spent more money in June than they did in 4 years for the Wii U.
That's crazy, right? Probably. So I'm looking at this chart here, and it's accompanied by an article. It says, after months of healthy Switch sales, Nintendo was still pushing their latest console with TV advertisements. In June, Nintendo spent more on TV commercials than any other gaming company. With an estimated 6.6 million, Nintendo particularly pushed ARMS to TV viewers. VentureBeat estimates that Nintendo commercials were shown over 2,500 during the month. PlayStation followed in second, but they only spent an estimated 3.7 million. Have you been noticing more Nintendo commercials recently? Tell us below. So there's a little diagram of, you guys can't see it if it's too small on my screen. So Nintendo is this section here in blue, and they are at 29.6%. The red is PlayStation at 16.5%. The yellow is Bethesda at 9.8%. The purple is Machine Zone at 8.4%. I guess that's a toy commercial. And then King is the green one at 6.1%. And then other is 29.6%.
I think Bethesda wasted their money. I've never seen a Bethesda commercial.
I've never seen a Bethesda commercial, but I don't really watch TV like that.
I don't know where they're airing it, but they're doing a terrible job.
They have like no new games, so
So Nintendo spent a lot of money on TV commercials. So have you guys personally seen any TV commercials for Nintendo?
Yeah, I've seen some Switch commercials. So surprised.
Really? My brother seems to see them a lot.
Yeah, I don't really watch a whole lot of TV. Like, what kind of ads have they been showing on TV?
I've seen the Zelda one with the that song, like "I'm a Believer" or "Make Me a Believer" or whatever. I saw that one. Yeah. I've not seen any ARMS commercial though.
I haven't seen anything ARMS related unless I can't really speak because I don't watch TV. But I see a lot of ARMS stuff online. Like it's mostly like online for ARMS. I don't know. I think it's a good thing that Nintendo is actually spending their money in the right places because that's something that we complained about a lot.
Gotta spend money to make money.
Yep.
Because it's like, how are people supposed to buy your product if they don't know it exists?
Right. So sometimes if you don't let people know it exists, then you end up with a console for 5 years and only sell 14 million. So like that happens.
True. But you know, this is just kind of one of those things where it's like you can tell where and you know, R.I.P. Iwata, he was a great man, but you can just tell just in this type of scenario how different things are between when Iwata was the president and now that Kimishima's president.
Yeah, man. Kimi-chan knows what to do when it comes to making your product successful. Yeah,
like Kimishima, man, he's making moves. Like, say what you want to say about everything that the Nintendo Switch as a device is lacking, but like business-wise, homie's making moves.
Yep.
So that's always good to that's always good to hear when Nintendo's doing well. Because like last gen, you know, even as fans, even though we don't really have a dog in this fight because we ain't getting none of that money, it was just kind of like disheartening.
Yeah, it's just
Nintendo
sad to see the
doing
company
bad.
like just do so many things wrong.
Yeah.
It's like what it must be like right now to be an Xbox fan.
Oh damn.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh my god, y'all crazy. So anybody got anything to say about this before we move on?
Good news. Keep doing it.
Don't stop after this year though. I feel like if they get too comfortable, they might slump back into that old.
I
that's
hope
the
they
only
don't
thing.
get too comfortable.
Like,
'Cause we
there's
saw
nothing
that.
worse in this world than a cocky Reggie.
Oh my god.
Remember, we saw that with the Wii. With the Wii,
we all experienced cocky Reggie. Like, goddamn.
It's too much. I can't handle it.
Too much. But, like, I'd rather deal with cocky Reggie than arrogant,
Salty.
Defensive Wii U Reggie.
Salty Reggie when he was
Salty
looking at
Reggie is
Xbox.
actually worse, yeah.
Yeah, he was gazing at an Xbox like he wanted to go kick the glass down.
He's like, how those motherfuckers get a 4K Blu-ray player in there?
Oh my god. Freaking Reggie, man. So now we're gonna switch over to some more newsy things. I know it's a lot of newsy stuff this week. It was a lot of little tidbits that came out this week. I know. A lot of little newsy, interesting things. So Wonderful 101 is apparently being teased on Platinum Games Twitter. So they posted this cute little picture here, if you guys can see it on my screen, of Wonder Green, Wonder Black, and what looks like a...
I think that's Kamiya.
Thank you. Kamiya's Wonderful 101 character from the game, playing on a Famicom-styled Joy-Cons. So that looks really nifty, and it looks like they're playing their own game, Wonderful 101. So a lot of people have been speculating, what in the world does this mean? Does it mean that we're getting Wonderful 102, or maybe we're getting a Wonderful 101 port? So I'm just gonna let us discuss it about what our speculations are and what we would like to see in a sequel, if it just so happens to be a sequel. Let's go ahead and start with Alex. Alex, what do you think this means?
That we're probably getting a Wonderful 101 game.
You think we're getting 102 or a sequel? I mean, a port.
I think it's 101 port.
Yeah.
This is not necessarily a bad thing. Like, that's a really good game.
Yeah.
And it really did bomb on the Wii U. It came out in the first year of the Wii U, and not many people knew about it. Like, I'm just looking here. It only, even now, June, this thing is updated to June 2017. It says 400,000 copies were sold.
Yeah.
So the same day as Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, like that was just bad timing. That game is actually a lot of fun. It's one of the best games on the Wii U. Super underrated. Just some of the motion control crap was garbage, but like
if they fix the controls,
because like you could fix that with the Switch. I think that could be a really fun game. I would prefer it to be Wonderful 102, or maybe even what they did with Bayonetta 2, give you the first one and the new one. That would be ideal.
Oh, I would love that.
That's the best situation. But personally, I think it's the first one.
Oh, okay. What do you think, Darkstar?
I feel like because the first one sold so little, like it's got like a nice cult following, I guess.
Yeah.
But it sold so little. I don't know if
not enough people would resonate with the sequel.
Exactly. Not enough people know about this franchise.
That's very true.
That's the problem. Yeah.
So I feel like I'd be afraid to see the first one come out again, because I feel like it would come out and do similar to the first one. I don't want, like, I like Platinum Games. I like just about all their games for the most part, and I want them to be successful and everything. But if they were to do a sequel to that instead and bundle it with the first one, people would see like, hey, there's incentive to pick up this game because it comes with the first one. No one played the first one. Let's be honest.
Nobody did. Yeah.
So to get the first one bundled in with the sequel would definitely entice people to pick it up.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Oh my goodness. As far as what I think it means, I'm gonna stay a little grounded. I think it's more than just a cute picture for sure. But I think that it's support. But in a perfect world, like you guys were saying, I would rather it be a new game, possibly bundled with the first game. Because I do have Wonderful 101 on the Wii U, and I enjoyed the game. The only kind of qualms that I have with the game is kind of some of the Control-Z stuff. if they can find a way to maybe
yeah, because they force-fed some gamepad nonsense in there.
Yeah,
that was definitely the low point of the game, was the gamepad shit.
Yeah, like if they can fix some of the control stuff, like I would be here for a port of the first one, because they kind of did the same thing with Bayonetta, where they kind of fixed some of the funkiness of the first one. They put it on the Wii U, you know, and it was a little bit better. So I could see them doing the same thing. You know, Platinum Games and Nintendo have a really good relationship. So I could see, you know, Nintendo maybe even reaching out to them, or maybe even them going and reaching out to Nintendo and saying, hey, is it okay if we make another one of these for the new system? So that would be really great to see. I hope that this is good news to come. You guys already know, on the PC side of things, we already got a port of Bayonetta as well as Vanquish, which is amazing. Yep. So I could see this
really good ports.
Yes, they were great. So I could really see them porting this over for the Switch, because that kind of seems to be the new wave they're on right now, and I'm okay with that. So let's go ahead and move on to another topic that it pleases me. Let's just say that it's very interesting. It's not really news, but just the thought is like, it makes me excited. So Nintendo's Tetsuya Takahashi talks about a potential Xenoblade Chronicles X port for the Switch. So we have a little blurb here. It says Nintendo's Tetsuya Takahashi was asked about a possible Switch port for Xenoblade Chronicles X. This is what he had to say. Thank you for your feedback. I think we are currently completely focused on creating Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and even after I go back to Japan, I have a mountain of tasks that I need to overcome. But I would like to think about it, a Xenoblade Chronicles X port, after the development of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is completed. So obviously, this is just a cute little response to somebody's question about a port for X. That said, maybe, just maybe, they will port it over and more people will have a chance to play. This game was amazing. This game took up about 2 to 3 months of my life. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is probably gonna be the same thing. So what y'all think, man? How y'all feel about this?
I'm good. I'm ready for the next one. I don't need to play this game again.
You know what? I say that, but in my heart, I know for a fact I'll probably buy it again, even if it just sits on my shelf forever. Because it's such a daunting task to go back into that world.
Yeah, I don't want to do it from scratch again. I put 300 hours in that game. I'm not doing that again. I'll play the new one.
I really feel like I would just buy it just for it to sit on my shelf.
Just to have it.
Just to have it. Just because I love that game so much. How you feel about this, Darkstar? Would you like to see a port of Xenoblade, or you're good?
I would pick that shit up twice again. Like, that game was just like one of the best games on the Wii U, dude. Like,
that game was life, man.
Yeah, it's very good.
The amount of content that you would get out of having both those games on the same system would be insane. Like, that's easy 1,000 hours right there of gameplay between those two games alone. That would be so fucking dope, my boy.
Apparently the new one's like twice as big as X, so I'm good. So I'm good.
Alex is like, I'm good. Like, I'm with Alex. Like, that game took up so much of my life, and to a point, it's kind of like daunting, man. Like, tackling a world that big, but at the same time, like I said, like, I love that game so much, dude. Like, I have to let him know, like, how much I just love this game.
Yeah.
And then
I'm excited for X2 whenever that comes up.
X2's gonna be fire, man. Like everybody's like, what game are you looking forward to this year? And it's like, I might forget, but I never forget Xenoblade. Like, I'm definitely looking forward to Xenoblade. So, if Xenoblade Chronicles X does get a port for the Nintendo Switch, those of you guys who maybe missed out on it because it was kind of towards the end of the Wii U lifespan, pick it up, man. It's definitely worth it if you're into RPGs, you're into open world games. Like, that game. That's all I could say. Yeah, we had a whole big discussion about it on my channel around the time the game came out. So if you want to hear a Xenoblade discussion, go check it out in my archives. It's there. We could tell you all about it, how much we loved it. But now we're gonna move on to our discussion for the night. And man, I don't even know how to frame it. It was so disrespectful. Like this is probably one of the most disrespectful things anybody has ever said about a person. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not one of those kind of people that kind of put Iwata on a pedestal. After all, he's just a human being, just like we all are. But there's just certain things that you just don't.
It's completely unnecessary.
There's just there's certain things you don't say.
You don't say, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
you don't speak ill of dead people. Like,
yeah.
What's the fucking point? They're already dead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, and I'm not even one of those kind of people that's like, oh, if they're dead, you can't say something negative about what they did, or because you know, I would say like, you know, rest in peace Iwata, but he made a lot of decisions that I did not care for.
Like we have no problem saying like I don't like a lot of stuff that Iwata did during the Wii U. I have no fucking problem saying that. But the stuff this guy's talking about is completely unnecessary.
Completely asinine. So
did you guys see the like the actual video where he said it?
No.
During kind of funny's dog. It was so awkward because Tim Geddes is on there, right? He's a big Nintendo fan. So as soon as that guy said that, his face just like went so. He was like, "Wait, what? What are you talking about?" Everyone was so confused. Like it was awkward. Got a little quiet. I was like, this guy needs to chill. Like,
wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna actually go into what Home Dude said. So I'm reading this from my Nintendo News. Lorne Learning doesn't seem to be very fond of Nintendo's current situation or the Nintendo Switch, and this is the co-founder of the
man
Oddworld
has the name Lorne.
right, I thought it was a girl at first.
I thought that was a woman for a second.
I know, I thought it was too. In a recent interview with the company's latest console, the president and co-founder of Oddworld Inhabitants made it clear that he has no faith in it. He also criticized Nintendo's thinking, attributing it to a possible cause of former Nintendo president Satoru Iwata's death. You can read some of Lanning's controversial comments below, and this is what he said. I don't have faith. I have no faith. It's due to experience. I see a similar level of success that they had with previous generations. Wii U, Wii. By the end of the life of the Wii, who else was making money aside from Nintendo? How many titles sold for the Wii that weren't Nintendo first party? They started basically evaporating third-party support. We get to Wii U, same. No third-party support. You would think, okay, the Switch, it's mobile, this is interesting. How well are other developers going to bring titles over? Not very well, because you're going to have to spend some more time, energy, and effort to get it on that console. An underpowered console that's going to have fewer units in the market. The thinking has to change. The biggest problem I see at Nintendo is the thinking. Personally, I think it killed Iwata. That he couldn't move the organization into a really successful arena. It's a tragedy because Nintendo brought this business back. We're all playing today because of Nintendo's valiantness. Then they controlled quality. They had controls which were really part of its longevity and made the game business a valid space again. Now those controls, they really need to get 21st century about it, and they're not. So this is what I'm gonna say, man. One thing that you cannot say about Iwata is that he didn't love gaming. This man was a gamer. He was a game developer. Like, he had gaming running through his veins, this man. And he did the best he could. He was a little, you know, he's like super artistic. You know, people who are really artistic are kind of loopy and crazy and weird. But he loved Nintendo. He loved what they brought to the table. He was proud of what he did with the company. Mm-hmm. So for you to take his death and try to apply it to your own negative thoughts about Nintendo, that's wrong to me. Like, you can't just say stuff like that about a person. Like, it's not okay. But I'm still trying to process that because I just read it. Like, that's just so messed up, dude. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off. Darkstar, how do you feel about what this dude said and what he's alluding to here in his quote?
This guy right here, like, he honestly, like, I understood some of the stuff that he was saying. Like,
yeah, I get some of the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could see where he's coming from with a couple of his points, and then I look at the games that are on, because like he's an indie developer, right? So I'm looking at the indie games that are on the system now, and just today, like Unity had a conference and they were talking to a bunch of developers that were making Unity games, right? And when one of them, the guys from Goner, the game that just came out, I think it's coming out. they were talking about how different it is working with the Nintendo Switch than previous Nintendo hardware. Like they make it easy, they make it fast, they make it simple for them. It's easy. Anytime they have a question, anytime they need help, Nintendo's always right there. Like these are the same things that this guy was complaining about for like an hour in that podcast. Nintendo doesn't do that they now are doing with the Switch. So I can understand for back then, but to sit here and say that you have no faith with the Switch now is pretty dumb. And then bringing up my boy Iwata, like that was
like bringing up his death in your own distaste. Now that's what I don't like. Like it's cool if you feel like this is the experience that you felt working as a developer. Like that's understandable. That's your experience. I have no problem with that. But for you to bring up his death in the same breath because you're discontent about what Nintendo is doing, that is jacked up, dude.
You could have brought up any other employee or someone else that works there. You did not have to bring up the one guy that died. You know,
yeah.
That's distasteful. It's stupid. Like it makes you seem like just a straight up douchebag, and it's ridiculous. Like there's no point. There's no reason for all that extra stuff, man.
Like and I feel like that's kind of even applicable to some of the like quote unquote Nintendo haters out there that do nothing but like just look for Nintendo to do bad so they can talk about it and bash them on like social media and stuff like that. It's like and then they get mad at you if you're like excited about something the Switch is doing. It's like don't take your discontentment out on somebody else because you're discontent.
Yeah, like that fraud B Shadows.
But it's like why even bring up his dead dude? Like why?
It's not needed whatsoever. It has nothing to do with what's going on with Nintendo. Like how you could think this man died because his console didn't do well is fucking mind blowing.
Considering that they've always made money. Even though the Wii U didn't do well, they were still making money.
They were making plenty of money.
They were still making money. 3DS was still doing really well. He turned the 3DS around. And yeah, he couldn't do it with the Wii U, but they were still making money. And to say he died because of their thinking, their mentality it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Like it would make more sense if he said what did he say here? The thinking has to change. The biggest problem that I see at Nintendo is the thinking. He could have just said, personally, I think it's what killed the Wii U. He could have just
Thank you.
Iwata
Thank you.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Their thinking with the Wii U killed the Wii U, absolutely.
I would agree with that too.
And I would agree. And I think we all would agree.
Yeah, and like a lot of what he says, I get it. Like he's correct. At the end of the Wii generation, no third parties were making money, and during the Wii U, he put out Oddworld way later than the other versions, and obviously it didn't sell well, and he's still mad about that. That's whatever.
Yeah, but don't take it out on somebody who's not allowed to defend themselves.
It's so unnecessary. He was forced to apologize because he's a bitch, and that French always apologize.
Wow, he was forced?
Well, he's obviously not going to apologize out of his own heart.
Oh, yeah, everybody was mad at him, probably.
Yeah, everyone was calling him out for his nonsense, so he apologized because that's what the French do. They're cowards. So it is what it is. Like, I get he's mad, but this was totally unnecessary. It makes no sense. What he says makes no sense. Like, it killed the Wii U, yes, but it didn't kill him. I'm going to chalk this up to... It's either he's an oblivious retard, or it's his second language and he worded it wrong.
Maybe, because it's very possible it was a mistranslation or something, or it's somebody.
No, he was speaking English. He was speaking English, dog.
I know, but
like, you've seen the video, so
I saw the video a lot.
He's not
speaking English.
I don't want to demonize this guy because, like, obviously he's not, like, English is not his first language. Maybe he messed up the way he wanted to phrase it. I get it. He was speaking English in the video. I'll have to watch it later, but like. I think he worded it wrong.
Yeah, that's possible.
I don't think he specifically means that the failure of the Wii U killed Iwata, because it's ridiculous to say something like that.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
I didn't even know this guy was French. Like I couldn't tell. Like when I was watching it, like he sounded like he was from Chicago or some shit. Like I don't know.
Even. Sorry,
like, maybe either way, he's a fucking idiot for saying this.
The Glory X Rock said, to be fair, he might have been killed, as in their mentality bothered him, but still, he should have definitely worded it better. I could understand that too. I could understand that as well. At this point, you guys, we will be taking questions. So make sure that you're asking Nintendo related questions. EJ. Because he be asking some crazy questions like, who will win in a fight between, I don't know, Blanca and Ryu? It's like, what? Nintendo related.
Ryu would win, obviously.
Okay, so we have a question from M Prime. He says, will you have a day dedicated to play Splatoon 2 like Mario Kart 8 Mondays?
We will probably alternate days. So one week will be Mario Kart, next week will be Splatoon. Because I don't think we could fit in an actual day for Splatoon because of all the podcasts and shit we do.
Yeah, so it'll likely rotate. Like some days we might do racing on Mario Kart, then the next we might do battle, and then the next we'll do like Splatoon, and then maybe we'll do like Splatoon battle, you know, something like that. Whoa.
Yeah, one more. Sorry.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so we have another question from Italki Teacher. He says, is the third-party forecast better now? What do y'all think?
It's much better.
It's much better. Like, we're getting full AAA games being announced out of the blue now.
Yeah.
And they're coming. Most of them are coming out day and day, unlike Dragon Ball. But like, seeing WWE announced out of the blue like that was like that's very good to see.
Freaking Dragon Ball, that game is not gonna do well. I almost feel bad, but it's like it's not gonna do well. We have another question from Quake SRK. What score do you think Splatoon 2 will get?
88.
Somewhere between 8 and 9, something like that.
I say 88.
It's probably gonna win Shooter of the Year again.
I don't think it's gonna be in the 90s. But then again, it's a much better game than the first one, from what we can tell. So it could possibly make a better game. It could make the 90s. But
I think it depends. I think it depends how easy it is to use the voice chat stuff. Because like, if it's cumbersome, people are gonna knock points.
I think so too. People are probably gonna do that because sometimes they will knock out points if the online is not comprehensive.
Because they over at GameSpot they were knocking off points on Crash Bandicoot because it was hard.
Oh yeah. Oh, good shit. Good shit, man.
Yo, those dudes are casuals. They did the same thing with Tropical Freeze. That's too hard. We're gonna give it a 6.
It's too hard.
Oh my goodness. We have another question from Green Bolt, and he says, what kind of anime do you think Nintendo is going to make using their game franchise? That's actually a pretty good question.
Metroid, man, please. Like the Castlevania shit, they need to do a Metroid version of that, man.
I can't see them doing a Metroid anime, but I could see them delving deeper into the Star Fox anime. Because those little things
saw the start of it.
Yeah, those things were way too good. Like they're probably gonna do something with that.
I think Zelda could have a cool anime.
That would be dope.
Zelda would have a dope anime. Pretty much everything that we saw from Smash Brothers when they were ripping up the Smash Brothers was a great anime. Like the freaking Kid Icarus one, Link. Oh, that was so good. And then the one with
Icarus got his ass kicked.
Yes, and then the one with freaking what was it? Captain Falcon and the Fire Emblem characters.
Oh, that was amazing.
That was amazing.
It took like 4 of those dudes to take on Captain Falcon.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that. Kind of like how we were talking about last week. If they really wanted to bring like Captain Falcon back in full form, like they would have some kind of beat 'em up style game featuring him.
Yep.
That would be amazing. I freaking love it.
Yeah, give me a Turtles in Time type of game with Captain Falcon, I'll be happy.
Okay, so I have a question from Mohammed Alavi. What studio do you want developing the next Donkey Kong Country game?
Not a Microsoft studio. It could be. There's a lot of indie devs that could choose. It's just a 2D platformer. It's like anybody can do it. It doesn't have to be retro.
Yeah, I think that if they really wanted to, I know a lot of people hate them because of Federation Force, but give Next Level some more stuff to do, man. They proved themselves with Luigi's Mansion 2. Give them something bigger. Like, give them something bigger to do. Like, let them try Donkey Kong.
They did have something bigger. It's called Metroid. Look what they did.
No.
Oh my God.
No. Like a game people like
they don't deserve Donkey Kong after that. What they deserve is to make Animal Crossing amiibo festivals going forward.
Oh my god! So who do you think would make it? Who do you think at Nintendo would make a good Donkey Kong then?
They could probably get the guys that make Super. What the fuck's that? Super Mud. what's that game
Super
called?
Meat Boy.
No, not that one.
Mutant Muds.
Mutant Muds. Those guys make good platformers.
Yeah.
Level 5, I think that's there.
No, it
that's
was
another...
not Level 5. It was Renegade Kitten. They're no longer.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Level 5's a different developer. They make good games too.
Oh yeah. I have
the Shantae guys could do it.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Now I'm excited. That's probably never gonna happen. But have they ever done like 2.5D though? All they do is pretty much like hand drawn and sprites.
That's true.
Like, how would they do that? Unless they decided to go ahead and try like a DK game with sprites, like hand drawn style, maybe. I actually think that would be pretty interesting, to be honest. Like, give it a different style, because Donkey Kong hasn't really had a new art style, really. Like, it's pretty much kind of been along the same vein as the original Donkey Kong Country games on SNES. For his art style.
Donkey Kong's usually about pushing graphics.
Yeah. So, got another question from PFG, Pure Freeform Gaming. He says, how do you feel about the visual and performance upgrades in Splatoon 2?
Very nice. I'm very, very happy with that.
The upgrades are pretty impressive.
I'm very
like
pleased.
if you watch Digital Foundry's video, they had screenshots side by side. The texture detail a lot better. Resolution is 1080p. It does not always 1080p. It has like
dynamic resolution.
Yeah, dynamic resolution, but the frame rate's always 60, so that's good. But like you can tell, there's a lot more visual improvements in this game than the old one, especially in the main town hub, because that cuts the frame rate down to 30, but the visuals get kicked up a lot.
Yeah,
they did a good job.
Yeah, and a lot of people might have some gripes about that, but it's like, do you really need like 60 frames in the lobby?
Yeah,
like, you're just going to shop. Like, you're just going to get weapons and stuff. Like, it's not that serious. But like, I'm just really excited for Splatoon 2. Like, one of the things that I definitely noticed in the first test fire was just how much and people thought I was crazy for saying this. Like, oh, it's just Splatoon 1.5. I was like, no, this game legitimately looks and feels better. Like, the colors pop more, the shadows are better, the polygon count is a little bit higher, so the character models look more detailed. Like, this game overall just looks better. And not only does it look better, but it has more content, and I'm just genuinely excited. Genuinely excited.
Yeah, so, looks good.
I'm pretty happy. I've never been like I said earlier, I wasn't really that excited for Splatoon 1, but something about Splatoon 2, man, it just
it's definitely a step up.
Yeah.
Like, in every aspect.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm going to take one more question and then we're going to get out of here. Green Bolt says, what game do you wish Nintendo would bring back or make a sequel for? You guys, I guess you guys can tackle that however you want.
I want Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival 2.
No,
because I don't think it had enough room to breathe on the Wii U.
Oh my god.
And yeah, I think that'd be really great.
Your real answer is what?
What do I want them to bring back?
I know what I want a sequel for. We've been saying it forever, especially me and Darkstar. Can we please get another Kid Icarus, please? Kid Icarus, please?
Yeah, I don't know. I want another Donkey Kong game.
Yeah, I think we're gonna, and that Donkey Kong is gonna be gorgeous, but like, that game is gonna be so pretty.
Yeah, that kind of game will be. Platformers are good on the go too, so.
Like, that Yoshi game is beautiful, dude.
Yeah, that Yoshi game's gorgeous.
That game is gorgeous. And people
the Kirby game looks good too.
Yeah, they both look good, and everybody's like, "Oh, they're just Kirby and Yoshi." Like, so they still pretty, dang. Just because they platformers up, they can't be pretty games. People kill me, bro. So that is all the time we have for you guys today. Our stream was a little bit over 1 hour, which is actually a lot faster than we usually have been doing it, because, you know, I don't know, I guess there's just been like more beefier things. Like, today was kind of just like new stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the panel do their outros. We're gonna start with the guest, Darkstar. Please give your outro, let the people know where they can find you, and anything that you would like to tell our audience tonight.
Yo, I just want to say thanks for having me on again, guys. It's always a pleasure talking with you guys about this Nintendo stuff and all that good shit. And honestly, like I'm not doing too many stuff. School started again for me. Summer school's shit, so I'm kind of a little busy, but it's definitely going to be uploading videos as often as I can. Going to be working on that Splatoon test fire next week, or actually no, it's this week.
Yeah.
This Saturday. So I'll be streaming that, and I'll have content probably more along this line this weekend. So yeah, that's about it.
And Darkstar's been stepping up his freaking content. Like, he got the DSLR camera on point. My boy got this beastly mic. I'm like, look at my homie trying to step his game up.
We're trying to come up the crumb side. You know?
Oh, damn.
I can't wait till I can upgrade my stuff, man. Like, your setup is tight. I'm like, dang, I got to get my stuff together, man. But let's go ahead and let Alex give his outro. Alex, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you. And anything, any information about your channel you want to let the people know?
All right, what's going on, everyone? ActiveSyn here. Another week of real Team Red Talks Nintendo. Me and Real Gamer just made a new channel called the Switch Bros. So if you guys could go subscribe to that, it'd be good. Cute. It's a collaboration channel between myself and Real. It's a Nintendo only channel, mainly about the Switch. And yeah, I'm gonna put some more effort into that. It's gonna be a lot of fun over there. As far as my channel, more streams will be coming. We'll play some more Quantum Break. Let's see what else. And random news that I find interesting. I'm gonna be slowing down on the generic news because like it takes too long, and a lot of it I just don't really care about. But stuff that interests me, I'll make videos of. Probably live stream them because it's more fun interacting while we talk about topics.
Yeah, live stream doing news is a lot better.
Yeah.
All you and Real need is somebody to draw y'all as Mario and Luigi. That would be so cute.
Yeah, stuff like that is coming. We have the banner and we have the intro.
And he's like, no, I want to be Link. Like, no, you better be Luigi.
Yeah. Stop
being a freaking downer and be a bro. You
exactly.
know? Link and Mario ain't bros, you know?
Exactly.
Anyway, I think their new channel is cute. Y'all go check it out. It's adorable. They're adorable. I've been making fun of them for the last couple of days. I don't care. Y'all cute. Whatever. I just think it's cute when people, you know, collab and, you know, make content together. That's cute. Anyway.
Why you gotta use that word though? Like,
huh?
Why you gotta use that word though? Like, it's
adorable. It's cute. You know, they're like, hey, we're Switch Bros. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Leave me alone. I'm a woman. I use words like cute. I mean, I'm a G. Don't get it twisted, but I'm still a girl. So, as far as my channel is concerned, you guys, just kind of stay tuned to my channel. I've been trying to up the ante with the kind of content that I do. I'm still going to be doing gaming, but I will be talking about some comics and stuff a little bit more frequently. Shout out to John Rodriguez for the sub. I appreciate that, fam. So I'm going to start doing a little bit more comic-related stuff. If you like comic books, also come and watch my comic book-related videos. Right now, I'm kind of starting some of my comic book stuff for Green Lantern reviews. So come check that out. I think that they're pretty nifty. If you're in the comments, come check it out. But I will still be doing gaming content. That is not going away. I'm still going to be doing my live stream. Still going to be talking about Nintendo, doing my Nintendo discussions and things like that. Just kind of want to add a little something that I like to do on the side. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter at TheVideoGamHer. Also TheVideoGamHer on YouTube. Nia Loves Ninty on Twitch if you are a Twitch viewer. Thank you guys so much for coming through. We got up to like 39 viewers. I love the support. Make sure you share this and like it when it's archived. Share it and like it right now before we get up out of here. And we'll holler at you next Tuesday. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.